Now, Westwood was a team in my top 5 most of the year. They won 9 straight games and then, of course, got tripped up by Dutch Fork and then lost in the playoffs. But this is a team that was a run-pass team. They had a great back in Andrew Plant. He is back. He's a bruiser. And now they have a young guy that's a speed guy as well. They got good receivers that can get down the field. And they always play sound defense, a lot of movement, a lot of stunting. And Coach Rodney Summers talked with me yesterday about his team. They're young, but they're fired up and getting ready to get better. Well, we'll continue our 2015 high school football spring tour, and it stops at one of my favorite teams, one of my top 5 for most of the year out of Westwood. Coach Summers joining me right now. Coach, you guys are heavy in it during the spring.
Yeah, we've been getting after it. Appreciate you keeping us in the top 5 last year.
Yep.
You know, I told when you came up, I said, man, last time I talked to you, we had a tough one.
Yeah.
Dutch Fork coming to the house. But no, spring's here. We're excited. New season, and we can't rest on last year's accomplishments. We need to make sure we're focused on this year. Got a lot of holes to fill, defensive side of the ball, but we're just excited to be out here.
Well, you guys rattled off, I believe I'm saying this correctly, 10 straight wins, I believe it was, I was counting, and then, of course, you had the loss to Dutch Fork and you ended up losing in the playoffs to Greenwood, but a great season. I remember Miles Aldridge said a few years back when we played you guys that he thought this team was going to be a team to reckon with the next 3-4 years, and you can tell by the way you guys are practicing out here today.
Yeah, I think it was 9. We were 9-1 after Dutch Fork, so we were close to getting that 10th win, but we ended up picking it up the following week against Spring Valley, which Miles left, and so again, Bacon's over there now, but we just, you know, we had a great run, and it was exciting. Would have never thought that we would rattled that off our first year in 4A football. This year the guys know what to expect a little bit more, I think. So again, we're just trying to push them in the spring and find out who can step up and be that next player for us, replacing some of those guys that graduated.
Well, I thought you guys had one of the best defensive lines in the state last year because you're big, you're very athletic. Of course, your offensive line, good size too. But talk about, first of all, for your running back. I mean, I think your power game, you talked about maybe want to mix it up a little bit, but you guys got a good run pass, oriented offense.
Yeah, I mean, Andrew Plant, he's a phenomenal runner. He's strong. He's a 2-time state champion in weightlifting competition for the state in his weight class. And he's a hard young man to bring down, and I'm waiting on some colleges. They're interested. Nobody's offered him yet, but I feel certainly soon that some guys will offer him. And but he just runs hard, and he's just a workhorse, and we feed it to him. Got another young man coming up, Rudy Mitchell, that's more of a scat back type. So we may mix it up with those two, just to give it a little bit of change of pace. But definitely look for Plant to run the ball, and Rudy Mitchell. You'll see those two names quite a bit behind those big horses up front.
Lastly, I want to backtrack again. I talked about your defensive line, and you told me you lost us most of your guys there, but what are you looking for out of it? What's the concept? Is it quickness, stunting, slanting, power, two-gapping? What's the mentality there?
Well, Coach Pelham and Coach Jones and Coach Powell, they do an excellent job on our defense, and we're a 3-4 scheme, and it's a lot of slanting, a lot of movement and things like that. And we play some base too. We don't just always do a lot of that stuff, but I mean they just do a good job of taking what we've got and using our skills. If it's big guys, quick guys, this year we'll probably be a little bit leaner. And so we'll be relying more of our speed and our length. But we got some guys that we're looking to step up. And, again, we really won't know till after spring and once we get into August.
All right, Coach. Well, you look good out here moving around. Guys look good in the uniform, I'll say that. So hopefully you be there in that top 5 once again.
Well, thank you. We're working hard in the weight room. Guys are working hard, and we're just looking forward to it. Appreciating all y'all do for high school football.
Right. I really like Coach Rodney Summers. Of course, they're going to have a good year like the linebackers too. They're really good out there on yesterday. Tomorrow is Hammond and AC Florida, 2 really good teams, 2 of the better coach teams, in my opinion, in the city. We got them coming up in the high school football spring tour. Stay tuned. We'll come back and wrap things up here in just a moment.